Hey, what's up? This is Klaus House coming to you live from TWLB season, 17, week 4. We got an exciting match tonight. We got Penetrate against Revenge, which should be a really, really good match. Let me just auto-hide the taskbar here. And we are off. And let's see, who do we got here? Looks like we got Sintra tearing as usual for Penetrate, always one of the best tears in the game. Velos, their best shark. They got Fermata, who's going as Porkjet. I don't know. So they got the 2 starting sharks. They got Zoo and Blahi, who will be undering. I guess Acid Bomber is missing. He's usually their best under. He's extremely annoying, good angles. So Zoo not particularly active, so probably a weaker under than Penetrate is used to. They got Blahi, Royce, and Temporary in. So not all good players, all veteran basers, but no Solas as he's going now. And they're missing Trasher as well. So 3 of their 5 starting Spiders aren't in, but they got their starting Care and their starting Sharks, so they should be alright. And on Revenge's side, we got Pressure making his debut on Revenge. So that should be interesting after... I think his only other LB game was against Penetrate, but he was playing on Raid, and I think he went 10-9, so... He's behind a better squad now, so he'll have a chance to prove himself, either make or break, really, in this game. And they got their starting shark, Menalvagor and Cranium, so they got both their starting sharks as well. So should be a good shark game. For their Spiders, they got the mainstays, Glavitic, Squall, Hellkite, God, and Skatarius. So... Revenge playing with a much stronger line. They should be able to win this. It won't be an easy game, but it should be close. But I can't see Revenge losing with playing eight starters against Penetrate, only playing with 5. So despite an early start, Penetrate's not looking too sharp, kind of trapped in here. We'll see if they can get out to the side yet. And Revenge doesn't seem to have any dedicated unders. They seem to just kind of rotate and just play whoever's there in the moment. So you're rarely going to catch them off guard under. They have a good rotation of Spiders who can play either over or under. Squall trying to take the flag, Cranium getting it back. And we'll see if Pressure's burst can do anything here. It doesn't look like it's been properly aimed. It just kind of flutters around on his own side pretty uselessly. Fermata getting in there, getting some mines in. Penetrate starting to close in with Zoo and Temporary taking the under. And not a lot of pressure. Royce used to having Solas to push hard with. Blahi and Minotaur are a bit more passive, a bit safer, tend to hover higher a bit more, a little more control with the angles, so that should present some difficulties for him. But so far they seem to be alright, pretty close game, 2-2. And Glav clears the Blahi out of the ear, and Revenge will take control of the over. So we'll see if they can apply some pressure here. Sintra stuck behind the right bar. Mena with a really good use of the enemy mines there, EMPing all of Penetrate, and they should be able to clear these guys out. They get them into the ear. God doing a good job there, but he can't finish Zoo off, and they do finish them off in the air. I think that a badly placed mine, and Menalvagor took full advantage of it. So, good work there, and we'll see if Revenge's Cram can really eat away at the time. They probably have the best Cram in the game right now, and Penetrate is down 3 of their starting spiders, so we'll see if they're able to break Penna. As Maddie mentioned in an earlier podcast, very good at camping in order to break. Velos making really good use of that mine there. So a chance to negate Revenge's Cram abilities right there, but they can't make full use of it. Zoo looking for the camp, switching sides. We'll see if he can do some damage there, and if anyone can clear them out. If they can't, Penetrate will likely break pretty soon. So we'll see what they can do with that. And so Zoo's still set up there. Blahi might try to set up on the opposite side. Minotaur is going to set up a camp. So they got camps on both sides now. So unless they can... but 3 of their spiders do a good job there and manage to clear Zoo out. But Penetrate applying heavy pressure, especially with Velos and Fermata in. Revenge is going to need to be extremely precise in order to keep them out for a significant portion of time. So, but the nice thing about the Cram is it means that Fix doesn't actually have to do anything, and he's not under pressure, and he won't do anything stupid, which he's very much prone to do. So the Cram is broken. Mena doing a good job throwing in some mines there. Porkjet clears it out. Revenge spiders, though, just too much, and just clearing them out. And this could be a fairly short game. This could be like a 15-8 if Revenge keeps the pressure up. Penetrate just really missing a lot of the. I don't know where their players are, or why they would take on the probably the best squad in LB right now with half a line. I mean, all these guys are excellent basers, but they're not on the same level as Solas and Trasher and frankly Acid Bomber, who's without Mega and Stan playing together this year, there probably won't be anyone getting the better of him under in this LB. So that's definitely a concern. I don't know if they have those guys sitting in spec. They do. They have Solase and Trasher in spec, so I don't know if we'll see them added. I guess it depends how the game goes. But Penna doing a good job breaking there. Pressure stuck in the ear. He's probably ported low. That's where he's been porting lately. So, but Revenge just really not putting pressure to the test. Just some strong pushing, and managed to get them out. Cranium doing a good job on top of the flag there, eating away time, gets a mine in. Blahi trying to take control of the over there, but pressure with a good burst to clear him out of there. Good tears will do that. Sintra is especially good at clearing out spiders there when his spiders aren't doing the job. So pressure mimicking that and doing a good job of it. Hellkite getting up there again. You see Skatarius and Squall will be fighting Zoo in temporary under. It looks like Revenge is just dominating the FR battles. Skatarius doing a good job of clearing Zoo out there on the bottom and achieving a quality. Royce with a good push, using his sharks, pushing behind them. Royce probably the one of, if not the best pushers in the game. You know, an aggressive forward style, using Velos to his advantage. But so are the Revenge players. These are a bunch of guys that went to the finals a few years ago against DICE and actually managed to get more time against them, but ultimately lost in the third round. But so these guys are no strangers to a strong opposition, and they should be able to manage this Penna line. But we'll see what happens. Squall trying to get control of over there. Pressure in a nice high position where you want to be, dropping players off. Blahi trying to get control of it now. Hellkite and Blah kind of just dancing around it a bit. No one staying there too long. They don't want to get targeted by the sharks. especially Velos and Fermata. They will bomb if they see they're too much. We'll see if Skatarius can clear Blahi out. But Blahi doing a nice job there. Better energy conservation. He'll flip around, but Glav and God see him. Good awareness there. And Sintra ends up caught down there. As usual, all 5 spiders on Revenge. They're not, unlike almost every other squad, they're not. They don't have overs and under. Just everyone takes up whatever the situation dictates. So it's very rare that everyone's responsible for every part of the flag room. So doing a nice job spotting Blahi, who had beaten Skatarius under, and just neutralizing it. So it didn't turn out worse than it could have. So Revenge again in control of the flag room, in control of time. They're up 7-3. They're getting deep into territory, and Penetrate frankly just looks lost. They look passive. Sintra trying to get a little surprise burst on pressure. I don't think it's going to work. The Revenge Spiders just too strong right now behind their 2 starting Sharks. They gained Cranium from Sage in week 2, and they've been making good use of him since, which means they can put, instead of having the Shark Hellkite, they get him in Spiders. So that gives them a nice rotation of 5 starting Spiders. Sintra getting low, trying to get into a good position for everyone to attach so there's no DOAs. But Revenge doing just a good job of maintaining flag control, not over pushing. Squall doing a good job. He's got nice control of the overbar right now, and that'll put him in good position to push later on if they can get a few kills. So Penetrate has subbed temporary out for Solase. I don't know what his score was, 22-27. So he was negging against a strong Revenge line. Nothing to be ashamed of there, but definitely going to need Solase to have a chance to win this game, and potentially Trasher as well. So we'll see if they add Trasher in. If they do, they'd have to do it pretty much now because it's already 9-3. I mean, the game's pretty much over. There's no way that Penetrate's going to be able to make up 6 minutes against 8 starters on Revenge. It's just not going to happen. Porkjet trying to mine there. Sintra with a good burst from the lower, getting both in, but Revenge's Sharks just on top of their game. And I think, yeah, this is going to be over pretty quickly. Even with Solase in, it's just not going to be enough to make up that time gap. And not only that, Revenge has controlled the cram. Solase doing a nice job there. Pressure with a good burst. Manages to get Blahi. Penetrate up nice and high. Zoo's got a nice camp going, but he's on the wrong side. Very hard to get a camp going on the left side, aiming towards the right side of the cram against Revenge. They've usually got 2 or 3 guys just actively firing down that lane. Solase is going to try to bounce and get a few in there. But Cranium and Manalvagor just have some excellent timing going right now. And it's going to be very difficult. Solase is going to try to... Oh, he manages to get to that very difficult left side. We'll see how long he manages to stay there. Squall very good at bouncing off the top of that cross bar and clearing out campers. So, but they do manage to break, and Fix has died despite not being under pressure. So some classic Fix there, but it probably won't make a difference in this game. You could have had Altera or War Portal Altera this one. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. But he's playing. He's been playing a solid game so far. I think that's his first death, and all that is his second. So, so the tear factor's starting to show, but it really shouldn't. With an 11-4 lead, it shouldn't make a difference at this point, despite Fix's inequities. Ultimately, It's just a matter of getting that 4 minutes, which they should be able to do, even with the line changes. If they were going to add Trasher, they would have had to do it about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So we'll see what Penne can do with this cram. Penne are excellent crammers, but Revenge are equally as good at breaking, so we'll see what happens here. Squall going to try to just drift into that camp spot a bit. 3 notches to the right and clear out those guys there. And Zoo trying to match him there with that nice anti-camp. Royce doing a good job pushing out. Solas, again, Solase and Royce work so well together, pushing in front and letting the campier penetrate spiders coming from behind. Blahi just not sliding down at the right time, allowing penetrate the break. God doing a nice job under there with Skatarius. And once again, they've got penetrate on the ropes. Sincho with a nice low port out, but they're still crammed in there with Cranium getting a mine in. And if they can't win this flagrant battle here, it's definitely lights out for penetrate. With Revenge continuing their extremely strong play, they had a few close calls against Pandora and someone else, I forget who, but that was really just some questionable tearing. They won the spider battles and the cram battles fairly handily, so those games are not as close as they looked like on paper. Revenge has just basically mowed through the opposition this season, and it looks like they're going to continue to do so. Won't have too much bearing if Penetrate and Revenge face each other in the playoffs, just like last year. Dice ultimately won very comfortably in 2 rounds against Penetrate, but Penetrate just slaughtered them in the regular season. I think Tab and A2M were missing, and they had LF in and someone else, some second-rate shark, and they just got mowed, but it really had no bearing on the playoffs. So really shouldn't have any bearing on Penetrate's playoff prospects. I think they're still probably the favorite when they have all 8 of their starters in, but Revenge right now looking extremely strong. I mean, tear is a question, but when you play this well, your tear really isn't under any pressure. I mean, you could have had Altera or War Portal or pretty much anyone tear this game and have won fairly comfortably. It's up to 13-5, so Revenge only needs 2 minutes now. Pressure warping out. Hopefully we'll see a good push led by Solas and Royce, and see Minotaur and Zoo and Blahi kind of follow up behind them, which is when Penetrate is really playing its best. Although the loss of Acid Bomber on Under definitely hurts them quite a bit. And again, just Revenge Spiders just doing a better job controlling the over. Minotaur, Zoo, and Blahi break under, but the Revenge Spiders just all aware, all taking responsibility for both under and over, and just whoever's there and whoever's available just closing in on those Penetrate Spiders, trying to slide under and flank pressure. So it's just it hasn't worked yet. They haven't been surprised or lost under once this game, and making the Tear's job very easy. Pressure doing a good job staying high, nice safe attaches, and it looks like they're going to get them stuck in the ear once again, with Squall just sliding over and under, Cincher with an emergency warp, Velos with having to waste his 3 reps right away, nothing but Pork Jet standing between Hellkite and Sintra. Hellkite doing a really nice job under there. He's going to try to get that angle to hit those guys. Sintra with a great burst, taking care of both those spiders. So Sintra keeping their hopes alive here, but it's kind of a futile it's a futile resistance, and it probably won't amount to much ultimately, but still doing a good job in getting some more time and a slightly more respectable finish for them. Pressure with a great warp there. They were about to all die. Solas, just an absolute beast in Spider, just doing a great job under there and just mowing through a very strong Revenge line. And you can see, just even with just Solas in, that the complexion of the game changes quite a bit, and Revenge's dominance is a lot more muted. You're seeing a lot more time and pressure on the penetrate side against Revenge. And it's just that even that one player is just a huge difference, and it gives Royce someone to push hard with, and it lets the other Spiders really get at those angles that they're so good at. A really great mine there by Velos, just taking out a few Revenge players. We'll see if they can hold on. Revenge up to 14:30, so they only need 35 seconds left, but Penetrate just too far behind with 6:30 minute, darting for the flag. Fermata with a good rep there to save his team. Zoo is going to try to hold under. We'll see if anyone challenges him. So Blahi there, nice control in the corner, a lot of pressure. We'll see if they can finish them off, but pressure is a burst, so that kind of alleviates some of the pressure, but they're still trapped there on that right side bar. But now they've managed to, they're doing a good job managing to fend them off and sort of almost even it out. Velos mining the flag, that's just a desperation move. Kills and EMPs his own players, and it looks like this could be the end of the game with Cranium on top. And Revenge only need 30 seconds. Revenge, Solas with a final push. Royce trying to get in there as well. Blahi, they're all penetrate, darting for the flag. Menelvagor's there, another mine. Mining again, but Menon not able to take advantage of it, and somehow not dying despite being hit by 2 mines. And that's the end of the game. Sintra is down, and a good push by Revenge. And that is the game right there. Revenge's dominance just on display. Some pressure not put under a lot of, I guess, pressure for most of the game, but doing a nice job in the last few minutes with a good port under and some good positional play, letting his team do the majority of the work. So excellent game by Revenge, and probably won't have much bearing on the playoffs, but definitely a good showing for Revenge, and showing that they are indeed perhaps right now one of, if not the favorite for LB. So thanks for watching.